What's going on, you wild citizens of Angel Falls? Your two favorite Christmas slashers are back tonight to review the all new Shudder film, just premiered on the streaming service back towards the first of the month. We both had a chance to check this out and we're reviewing it this week. Coming up to Christmas here. We love reviewing horror movies all year long, obviously. And we wanted to make sure to do a couple of Christmas related horror movies this year. And this was a new one. Our other Cinephella mate, Bob, got to interview the star of this film, Jane Widdop. You also notice her from Yellow Jackets. She stars in this film. It's a take on It's a Wonderful Life, the 1946 black and white Christmas movie. This one stars Justin Long. It also stars Joel McHale and Jane Widdop in It's a Wonderful Knife.
We gotta stop him and get my life back.
You'll be safe now.
That's right. We're back with the new slasher Christmas flick. Man, these movies have been fun. But this is a all-star cast here, a lot of big names, and this is you brought up here, Joel McHale from Community, of course. Justin Long, that's always the bad guy in a lot of horror movies as of late, and the guy you can't trust in this movie. He's looks like a Trump-style bad guy. He has like the blonde hair, fake teeth, tan, unrecognizable, kind of looks plastic. Yeah. And then you have the character Winnie, played by Jane Widdop. She basically kills this mass maniac, and she wishes she was never born, and then in turn lets this mass maniac go on a killing spree.
So, unlike you, I think you're pretty familiar with It's a Wonderful Life. I've never watched it all the way through. I've just seen bits and pieces of it and know like the overall main story about this guy that basically wishes he was never born, right? And isn't able to see, like, he's able to go back in time and like see all the good things he did, which brings him kind of, takes him back. Whereas this, some murders happen in this town where Winnie is directly involved. I think her friends are involved in the killing. Somebody major gets killed and it shocks the town. It shocks her. And she basically is in a state where she wants it to be over. She wants to commit suicide. And one day she is looking up at the sky and it's during the aurora. So she's looking up at the clouds in the sky. She wishes she was never born. And before you know it, she's taken to this alternate reality where she doesn't exist and she gets to see kind of the pieces that are left in this town without her ever there. So basically, she wasn't able to stop the killing like she did originally. And the killer's still out there and has been killing in this year since the last Christmas when these murders happened.
Yeah, but one by one, people are getting picked off. And I will say, being a Shudder, flick and horror movie during Christmas, it does have some really great practical effects. Great kills in this movie. It's one of the best parts of it. And, through Winnie's eyes, she's looking and seeing this masked killer go around, which reminded me of the killer from Scream, like the mask and everything was a white mask. And kind of creeping around in the snowy town and coming out of nowhere and killing people. I thought that was really well done and kept you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, that's what I was comparing it to a lot too, is Scream. It's much like that. Has that same kind of killer vibe from it. There's some scenes here that keep you guessing on who the killer is. At first, in the original killings at the beginning, you find out that it's Henry Waters, it's Justin Long. So when this alternate reality happens and Winnie is going around and trying to figure out what's going on, it's actually somebody else. And we're not going to spoil that, of course, but it keeps you guessing throughout the film. And, seeing her family in this alternate timeline where she wasn't born, and she sees that her brother has been killed and what it's done to her family. Is her family's totally different people. The mom's a raging alcoholic who's, openly cheating on the father. Joel McHale's miserable, he is blaming everything on the wrong people. He's working for Henry Waters, and he doesn't, when Winnie tries to talk to him about it, he is kind of reclusive about it and shuts her off, shuts down the conversation and doesn't want to hear it. He thinks that Henry has been trying to help him this whole time and help the family. But obviously Winnie knows what happened originally, and she's able to see, and she kind of lets slip during the conversation. She calls him dad. So he's like, "What are you talking about? Not your dad." It's an interesting flick. It's kind of like a what if you weren't born, and what could you do to help stop this killer from being on the loose? A year after the original murders, and it's just a cool play off of the 1946 film, obviously with a slasher angle, and it's a fun time during the Christmas season if you're looking for a fun little horror movie to watch, and it's streaming on Shudder, so that's all the more benefit if you have Shudder.
Yeah, it's a cool take on the classic Jimmy Stewart movie. It's a Wonderful Life, one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch, with the horror aspect to it. Slasher, people getting sliced and diced and dealing with this character Winnie. I thought it was a really cool, interesting take on that. Not something I would have expected this Christmas season, but definitely a movie I'd rewatch again next holiday season. But I had a good time with this. I like the cast as always. Joel McHale, Justin Long, Jane Widdop is really great. Not familiar with her work, but I'll definitely be watching more of her work in the future. And looking forward to seeing more of her movies coming out. That being said, I had a good time with It's a Wonderful Knife streaming on Shudder. I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 Justin Long hair pieces.
Oh, Henry Waters. Yeah, I liked his over the top performance, the way he looked and everything. That was the most fun out of the movie that I got. Jane Widdop was a good lead. She's the new Scream Queen just from this movie. I'd like to see her in some more slasher movies. She did a great job as a lead here. Relatively unknown, but coming into her own, especially after Yellow Jackets and now starred in this film. Great to see her. Joel McHale coming in and playing a serious role here. He got to do some good drama work in this. We're used to seeing him in the comedy usually, but he shows his dramatic acting in here and he does a good job. The script was cool. It's cool play off the original classic movie. Overall had a good time with it. Nothing that's going to change horror or anything like that, but a fun movie to watch around the holiday slasher season. So with that being said, I'm going to give It's a Wonderful Knife. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 Joel McHale hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild masked assailants out there. What did you like about It's a Wonderful Knife? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite Christmas horror movie to watch? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
So that is it for here in Angel Falls. We're going to see old Uncle Henry. He's delivering a speech right now in front of 100,000 of the townsfolk.
Step on
Let's
up
hear
to the
that.
podium.
That's right. So thank you guys for watching our review of It's a Wonderful Knife. Happy holidays out there. Thank you so much for following along with us, and stay tuned for a great 2024 and a great Christmas podcast that's going to be landing very soon too. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We wish everybody happy holidays, and we'll see you all very soon. So until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Waters.
And I'm Uncle Logan McHale. Signing out to the next movie review, and Happy Christmas, Harry.
That's right. Cheers.